she needed advice and for teaching her everything she knows, and her team for putting up with her weirdness and for when she was being hard on them. She wants to say, I love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Knight Cherise Blackwell. And next up, I'm going to get all the hugs in. Next up we have Knight Guy. Guy has cheered for 2 years. After graduation, he plans to go to a 4-year college on a sports scholarship in the study of culinary arts. Wants to thank his coaches for giving him a chance to do what he loves, his family for loving and supporting him, his parents who made practice in front of them to gain confidence, and his friends who taught him the chants and dances got him into cheerleading in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Diamond Charles. Next we have Knight Jemiah Cross. After graduation, she plans to attend Coffeyville Community College to continue cheer and to major in business. Then she plans to transfer to Western Washington University. She'd like to thank her family for always being there for her cheer team for giving her a second family. Special thanks to Gylan, Akira, and Angelina for always having her back. And she is very grateful to her mother for showing her what a strong woman looks like and for always being there to lift her up and believe in her no matter what. Mom's always easy to talk to, and she knows her. And now we have Knight Cadence Alvarado Hartley. Cadence has cheered for 2 years after plans to go to the Summit Salon Academy to become a cosmetologist or esthetician. She'd like to thank her boyfriend Asher for encouraging her to be her best, and we're going to every football game to support her and the team, no matter what the cost. Ladies and gentlemen, Knight Cadence Alvarado Horton. Now we have Knight Marley. Marley has cheered for 2 years. After graduation, she'd like to continue her schooling to become a school counselor, to work in musical theater, eventually making it on Broadway, or to become a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. She'd like to thank her parents, Brock and Susanna, for always pushing her to be the best she can be, and for supporting her. She'd also like to thank her sisters, Julia, Elisa, Delia, and Willa for being there for her 24/7 and being her built-in best friends. Lastly, she would like to thank her team and coaches for helping her grow as a cheerleader and as a person. She says, I love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Knight Marley. And now we have Knight Takira Chapman Brooks. Takira has cheered for 2 years. After graduation, she plans to go to Coffeyville Community College to continue cheerleading and then to transfer to Kansas University to study psychology and become a child therapist. She'd like to thank her parents and her dad for being her hero and her greatest. He always came through, whether it was bringing her to summer practice or going to all the games. She would like to thank Jemiah and Angelina for always being there for her and making her laugh in the daily car rides. Throughout the year, they become like sisters to her, and she's glad that y'all became closer. She'd also like to thank the cheer team for constantly making her laugh, and her coaches for always being there. Ladies and gentlemen, Takira Chapman Brooks. And once again, let's hear it for all your Knight cheerleaders and drill teamers. Before we have the next number, just need the parents or guardians of Jaden Kanga, could you please make your way up to the school, up by where the buses are? Again, parents, guardians of Jaden Kanga, please make your way up to the school by the buses. Thank you. Sportsfans, welcome to the second half action. Once again, 19-7.
We'll see if they'll weather some of those mental mistakes and give the Knights more of a challenge here in the second half.
Some scores to report, at least a score report. 49-0. North Kitsap just pounding in submission. Squim tonight at halftime. It's going to be a quick second half over.
Isn't that Kingston? Isn't that
Kingston, yeah. Kingston, my bad. Yeah, Kingston. So there's an onside kick to start things off, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, but I thought a Bremerton Knight may have touched it, and then a Portland Rough Rider jumped on the football. They'll have to talk and sort that thing out because I thought a Bremerton Knight touched that football.
Bremerton Knight did touch the football, but I think they were interfered with.
So let's see how that plays out. Some other games from around, though, besides the Kingston North Kitsap game. Bamer's at North Mason. Shelton is at Aberdeen. Yelm and Central Kitsap. Squim got beat handedly by Olympic last night, 55-0, and saw East Jefferson beat Clahalia 47-6.
On a quick side note, Major League Baseball and what's going on in the world of Major League Baseball.
Oh yeah, what's going on there?
The Braves pitchers have combined to hold the Astros hitless through 7 innings in Game 3.
Boy, I don't think there've ever been a no-hitter in the World Series, has there?
Actually, yes, I believe back in the 60s.
Oh, okay, I'll go along with that. But yeah, that's something new in the World Series. Of course, game, 4 tomorrow. We'll be able to catch that one. Huskies have a bye week this week, so no Huskies. Speaking of Huskies, catch Robin Earl, former University of Washington Husky, on the K-Mac show. Thursdays on Mega Talk Radio, AM 1400 KITZ at 7 o'clock, preceded by the Pin Eye Golf Show, where ISP Sports Golf Insider's on.
Right. Oh, and to answer that question, actually Don Larson in the 1956 World Series against the Dodgers in Game 5 pitched a perfect game.
There we go. Wow. Don Larson. 46-yard line, so they'll march off the penalty. Bremerton will get a chance to return this. It's a 10-yard variety penalty, so they've actually officially put on the 36-yard line. Sorensen, the 5'8" senior running back. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Bremerton.
And I can't say that I agree with that call from Port Angeles. I mean, the score doesn't really dictate it right now, but these RoughRiders are playing a very, very tough game when it comes to just basically the one-on-one plays in the trenches. And so not giving these kids an opportunity to force the Knights to drive on their opening round of the half could put them at a disadvantage here.
Back to pass at Tabinko. The whistles will blow and the flags will fly. And we'll have to sort this penalty out. This second half starting not quite as sharp as the first half did.
Well, we kind of tend to see that, especially at the high school level. You go in, it's senior night and it's a cold night, and you go in about a half hour and, you get back to the field late because the parents have been taking pictures and the kids are looking a little stiff on both sides, not only on the field but in their decision making too. So I think we've had, 3 penalties out of our first 4 plays?
Port Angeles RoughRiders had a nice crowd following the team up here at the Bremerton Memorial Stadium tonight. They were all spread out at one time. Now they all moved together for warmth.
Yeah,
on the far side of the field.
Got to huddle around the campfire.
So here we go. 2nd down and 14 for the Knights. Shotgun formation for Tabinko. He'll be back to pass. He's going to look to the right. He's going to throw right. He's going to throw deep. And Roop Wilson wide open at the 25. Overthrows him just a little bit. There defensively for Port Angeles was Brampton Fisher, the 5'9" senior. And the ball just overthrown, intended for Wilson at the 25 by Tabinko.
It looks like Tabinko just needs to settle down back there and realize that, he doesn't have to put so much on that throw and patiently wait for Root to come open. I mean, this is the 2A level, and basically he doesn't have to throw the man open. If he's patient and he sits on that back foot, he can drive through that ball and get some of that air off of it.
3rd down and 14. Again, back to pass. They'll see when
Oh,
they're picked off at the 38. Down to the 45 of Bremerton Hall down there, picking it off for Port Angeles in the second half.
I mean, and that's the type of mistake Port Angeles needed right now. But again, I just don't understand some of the play calling and what's going on that side of the offensively on that side of the ball. The RoughRiders were unable to stop the Knights from running up and down the field, running roughshod up and down the field. And
Fisher and Tabinko telegraphed that pass. He was looking right the entire time and then threw it to the sidelines. And Fisher read his eyes and jumped the route and picked it off. Ball at the 42. And I don't see any flags, but they're going to walk over and talk things over real quick with the Bremerton Knights sidelines. Something's going on. They're looking down the far end of the field. There's called Coach T. Goes, okay. And, nonetheless, it's ball 1st down and 10. Port Angeles at the Knights 40. 19-7 Knights, but the Port Angeles RoughRiders again have given themselves a great opportunity. Rolling to the far side is Nickerson, the quarterback. Underneath pressure.
And
it was dropped all the way back at the 49-yard line. In there to get the sack for the Bremerton Knights. Getting in there was Dylan Lovestedt, the 6-foot, 174-pound sophomore, and another Knight in there to give him a hand.
Now, not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but it does look like these two teams are going to be on their way to the playoffs. And they're going to have to, both of these teams are going to have to figure out how to make plays in the passing game in order to be successful on a playoff level, even if it is just making it into the...
To be exact, in the 48-yard line, shotgun formation for Nickerson, the quarterback. The turn and hand off near side to to Lawrence Means. He gets to goes and dragged down at the 31-yard line. There to drag him down for the Bremerton Knights. There defensively was Rip Wilson. Picks up very close to a first down.
And right on the 47-yard line, there's a nice yellow hanky.
And holding against Port Angeles. Or Coach Clark, he's, again, probably felt the gray hair pop out there one more time. Was just as soon as Port Angeles gets something going their way, they shoot themselves a foot and they have to go backwards.
Well, I mean, 5 penalties within the first 5 minutes of the third quarter is both of these teams need to settle down and get back to playing quality football.
Will be officially
second and 16 on the 44.
And going to be a little more than that as soon as they march that thing up on the 10, 15, 21, I do believe. There's a run out to the right side at the 50 to 45. Funny pushed out of bounds there by Wilson. Just here's a handoff again near side. Livingston tries to circle as well. So he gets a block on the edge, gets it at 20, and banged out of bounds at the 15-yard line. There defensively for Bremerton to knock him out of bounds was Jacoby Serrato, the 5'9" junior. And just like that, Port Angeles going down the field and the Bremerton Knights defense and using the no-huddle offense to do so.
On this cold night, I'll bet you a hot cocoa that they go to the right, to the edge.
I'll take one. There's a handoff to the reverse to the other side.
On this drive is simply just attacking the numbers with the run. They're going numbers left, they're going numbers right, and Bremerton right now has to figure out how they can get their defensive ends to actually hold those edges so the offense can't get around them.
Nichols will roll out, nobody to get the fall to, and he's dropped back at the 12th-yard line, and the flag will fly into the fray as well, back at the 17-yard line. Perhaps a holding call against Port Townsend as he's trying to protect his quarterback, Nicholson, who had nowhere to go and nobody to get the ball off to.
So that was a great example of what I was just talking about. Number 86, Dylan Lovestead, 6 foot, 100, because the running back had no cutback lane.
Clock stopped with 8:28 to go as they move the football back against Port Angeles. It was second down and 5. And now it's going to be a second down and a heck of a lot more for Port Angeles. They'll mark the penalty back from where the infraction was. Port Angeles no huddle again. 19-7 Knights. Port Angeles on the move.
8:28 left in the third quarter.
And off again to the right side. Again, Cable trying to pick the edge. Trying to get a block on the edge. Can't get a block on the edge. And there again is Topinko in to help make the stop for the Bremerton Knights. And had some help.
Great support from the safety position by JT, really coming up, and also showing great sportsmanship by helping the Rough Rider up off the ground after making the tackle.
Gavin Ronquillo for the Bremerton Knights there as well defensively. Third down and 18 is Jarnigan, and they'll hand off right, trying to get the Cable. Busts outside to the 20 to 15, and lunges ahead down to about the 13-yard line. Maybe they marked him down at the 15. Maybe his knee stopped there. But a big run again by the running back, Daniel Cable, the 5'8" senior running back for Port Angeles. Brings up fourth down, however, 4th down and 7 for Port Angeles on the Bremerton Knights 14-yard line.
Here's a blast from the past. That kid reminded me of a Joel Thomas who used to roll the backfield for PA and ended up actually playing for the University of Idaho and spending some time in the NFL. I believe he's currently an NFL coach running backs for the Saints.
Back to pass is Nicholson. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to direct traffic. Now he's going to throw left pick in the end zone. The ball is tipped away by a Bremerton Knight. Incomplete. The ball will flutter to the surface here at Bremerton Memorial Stadium. And it was Gavin Ronquillo there again defensively for the Bremerton Knights. And they stop the Port Angeles Rough Riders on down and again survive another onslaught offensively by Port Angeles, but they couldn't continue.
Holes in the Rough Rider defense, and right now they're just having issues executing. But either way, the Knights' offenses seem to stall out.
Third down and 7 for the Knights. A handoff near side, cuts up at the hash marks, tried to dart outside. Defense there for the Rough Riders. He is down at the 24, as is a flag flying in back at the 24. So again, we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is. Most likely what a flag is will be a hold against Bremerton. And there's the sign and the signal, and it is a hold against the Bremerton Knights. So
now, I don't know if this is a sign, but again, like I said, they're coming out flat, kind of flat after the half, and I'm seeing a lot of guys slow to get up. I'm seeing a lot of guys avoiding contact. Those are telltale signs of fatigue here in the second half, and with 5:30 left in the third quarter, this game has slowed down tremendously.
I know they're going to take the holding penalty, but it was just crossing my mind as they were doing so, marching the football back, is if they declined a penalty, would have brought up fourth down. And I was wondering if Bremerton would have elected to go for it, or in their own territory, or just put the football away at 4th and 7. We'll never know. It was a handoff on the near side of misdirection play again, or try to bounce outside. Can't do so. There defensively is the Port Angeles RoughRiders. There again, defensively is Becca Jarnigan.
Port Angeles doing a better job in the second half on staying at home backside. So that cutback that was there for Bremerton in the first half that isn't there here in the second half, as Bremerton prepares to punt it back to the RoughRiders, who send actually too deep back to return this punt. So it looks like they actually want to get a return out of this and put themselves in some primetime field position.
Cable and Fisher drifting back around the 50-yard line. There's a punt. Bounds at the 40, takes a nice bounce, and then goes sideways, and it takes a RoughRider bounce to the 40, about the 42-yard line. 40 again. Port Angeles, great field position. Let's see if they can't do anything with it here this time in this possession here with 4:41 to go here in the third quarter.
We're getting to a position to where it's actually going to be put up or shut up, wake up time for the RoughRiders. I mean, possession's down with over a full quarter left to play, but they've got to get something here and stop making the mental mistakes.
Dickerson underneath center will hand off right side to Livingston.
Ooh,
bounces
nice
out the
cut.
hash mark, zooms outside of the numbers, and is tackled at the 33-yard line. And another nice play, another nice run. Gives them about a 12-yard pickup on the play and a RoughRider first down.
So what I see that needs to happen for PA is that they just need to stop killing themselves. Because right now it doesn't seem like Bremerton has an answer for their outside rush game.
Referee will wind his arm and the clock will start. So he's winding his arm. The clock has not started. He will do it again. Looks like a windmill out there. Okay, underneath center again is Nickerson, the quarterback. One man in the backfield, turn the hand off. First 15 flags will come in late.
Horse collar tackle on the Knights. That's going to be an additional 15 yards, and it looks like that PA is going to set up actually just outside of the 1. Or if they're going to go half the distance to the goal. So they're probably going to go right there around to the 7.
We'll see where they mark the spot. Big play against... Again, offensively for Port Angeles, they will tack on some more yardage after it on the infraction. And here's a personal foul, horse collar against the Bremerton Knights. And exactly that, Ron.
Yep.
Right on the dial there. Speaking of dial, you're listening to Make a Talk KM 1400 KITZ. And in our friends down south, 920 KGTK and Q105.7. Catch the replay on ISBNsports.com. And, of course, we maybe picks up a 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Brings up second down and goal for the RoughRiders in 4 minutes and ticking here in the third quarter. 19-7, Knights on top.
I'm not sure why PA is actually trying that dive play. I mean, Bremerton has showed no really recourse to stopping these edge sweeps that PA keeps doing to each side. I mean, I have confidence that PA is going to put this one into the box and really make this a game.
Trips to the far side. Nicholson underneath the center. Livingston, the lone man in the backfield, and a flag will be dropped. And a false start against Port Angeles.
Mental mistakes. Just when Port Angeles gets going and has an opportunity to get themselves back into the game, we get movement before the snap of the ball.
And I didn't keep track, but I don't know how many times they've been deep in Bremerton Knights territory, knocking on the door and then shooting themselves literally in the foot and not enabling themselves to get the ball in the end zone, but they will break huddle and rush up to the line of scrimmage. Port Townsend, Port Angeles, second down and goal. Run to the near side, trying to get through. Runs into his own man at the 8-yard line is Livingston. And there, the player he ran into was Becca Jarnigan, and then the defense for the Knights lost him off. third down and goal for Port Angeles.
Now that time is ticking and we're getting towards the end of the third quarter. Now Port Angeles is going to be faced with having to make decisions to go for it or go for a field goal on fourth downs. But if they go for it again by not making it on this third down, then that's going to be 3 straight opportunities of scoring points that they did not take.
Shotgun formation for Port Angeles. So hand off on the cable. Try to get out to the edge on the far side. Defense there didn't fool anybody. He has dropped back at the 15-yard line.
On the play at the 7-yard line.
Things have just not gone well for Port Angeles. They get inside the red zone here in the Bremerton side of the field, holding against Port Angeles.
Players clapping, so definitely it's against Port Angeles. And Port Angeles, again, just shooting themselves in the foot. But we're in the same scenario here. But Bremerton decides to decline, unlike Port Angeles did, which puts Port Angeles in a fourth down situation. And I can't say that I see the kicker coming out.
Here's Point trailing by 12 points. A field goal would bring them within 9, and maybe they've just figured right up this foot sophomore quarterback. Back to pass. He's looking, throws over, caught. And he will get the first. He will not get the first down, be down near the 8-yard line. And Bremerton Knights will take over deep into their own territory.
So, once again, that is our third opportunity at a field goal. If those field goals are made, that's 9 points, and we're looking at a totally different game right here. It would actually be 16-19, and there'd be a lot more pressure on Bremerton in their scenario. So I've got to definitely question some of the calls, and got to assume that the special teams of Port Angeles just doesn't have it. Yep. Kick was good.
There's a run up the middle. Just high-stepping his way through traffic and up to the 18-yard line. Here's the ball carrier for the Bremerton Knights. Roman Sorensen, the ball carrier, and picks up good yardage in Bremerton Knights first down. Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter of action. 19-7, Knights on top. Again, they stop the RoughRiders as they knock down the door again. Here's a handoff left side, zooming up right up the middle, cuts off tackle, gets about 5 yards, maybe 6 on the play. As the ball carrier for the Bremerton Knights that time.
Let me find out that some of your other play-by-plays interfered with that. I thought I almost heard the Red Ranger in there versus the RoughRiders.
Yeah, I can't even keep myself straight. I got Ranger volleyball next week. Here's a handoff, and the whistles will blow and the flags will fly, and another hanky will fly up in the air and drop on the artificial surface here at Bremerton Memorial Stadium. Another false start whistled against the Bremerton Knights, and it just, it's at times it's been painful to watch. Both teams have just been unable to get their offensive going fluent here tonight.
And this is what we're talking about on this level. This is something where for either of these teams to get into the next upper echelon, they've got to be mentally tougher and control some of these penalties.
Jabenko out of the shotgun with hand off, second man through, darting up the middle again as the ball carrier across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And looks like the ball carrier was Jacoby Serrato. Picks up decent yardage on the play. Third down and short coming up for the Bremerton Knights. We'll call it 3rd down and 3 for the Knights, who now will go and no huddle offense themselves. See if they can't get some kind of continuity. And the numbers now, breaks the tackle there to 40. And then finally stopped at the 43-yard line. Roman Sorensen again, the ball carrier. And picks up a Bremerton Knights first down.
And that's the end of the third quarter for the Bremerton Knights, who looks like they're starting to steal some of that momentum back after that back and forth third quarter. But we move into the feeling it, and I have a feeling that I'm going to see some of these Bremerton seniors really dig in and bring this win home for the Knights.
And with the new 12 minutes upon the clock, we'll take a break on AM 1400 KITZ. We'll take a break on Bremerton Knights TV. We'll come back in 30 seconds to Mega Talk Radio. Mega Talk Sports presentation of high school football is tonight's 19 and the RoughRiders 7. We'll be back. on the play. And this time the ball carrier for Bremerton was Jacoby Serrato. Being helped up by a defender for Port Angeles, talking about great sportsmanship. That's one thing we've had here tonight. 11:40 and ticking here in the fourth quarter. Knights leading at 19-7 on their own 48-yard line. Second down, and we'll call it 6 for the Knights. And they'll hand off to the near side.
There it is.
Up the near hash mark, bangs into bodies at the 46-yard line and then driven back. Here to make the stop for the RoughRiders was Jason Hawes, the 6'1" sophomore defender. And boy, he crossed the left there to Serrato. They banged into a bunch of bodies and driven them and then drove them back and stopped him dead in his tracks. But the Knights, with that play, will pick up a first down, just good enough for a first down.
And PA is showing a lot of fight and a lot of heart. I mean, again, it's fourth quarter football, and they know they're still in the game, and they're laying hat. So the Knights are going to have to stay on point, and they're going to have to execute in order to bring this win home in the next 11 minutes.
Well, when the coach for Port Angeles, Destin Clark, his team home, you know, hey, penalties cost us this game, boys. There's a run out to the right side again. Breaking outside of number the 40. Cuts up there, breaks a tackle at the 37, and then squeezes down maybe close to the Angeles was Landon Jones. But not before the Knights pick up another first down, doing it on the ground. First down and 10 on the Port Angeles RoughRiders 36-yard line. 10:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation for Topinko. One man in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion near side. They'll flip it back to Sorensen going back against the grain, and good defense by Port Angeles.
And even though that was a tackle for loss by the PA defense, the Knights here are right now of the game and the clock, because they are confident. You can tell this offense is confident in what this defense can do against the PA offense. So they're running with a lot of confidence and just really focusing on ball security, you can tell.
Second down and 12 for Bremerton. Shotgun for Topinko. Hand off on the counter play, and it's exploding across the 35 to the 30-yard line for the Bremerton Knights.
Little Raven. I believe that's Jalen Little, reserve role in the game. The running backs for Bremerton have been awesome. Much else, nothing, to say. Awesome.
Little Raven, nice name. Shotgun formation for the Knights. Again, they'll hand off, and is met in the backfield and dropped. There is Jacoby Serrato. There defensively for the RoughRiders to bring him down was Jason Hawes again, a 6'1", 210-pound sophomore defender. 9:02 to go and ticking here in the fourth quarter. And you're right, Knights now have the clock is definitely their ally, and with their running the ball style of offense, they can certainly choose some time off this clock. And for Port Angeles, they in his eyes, and he just couldn't hold on to it at the 5-yard line. And nice toss that time by Topinko, and he threw a lollipop up there and just couldn't hold in. It's Rook Wilson. And
I see a couple of things on that play. I mean, one, again, JT Topinko, he's got to settle down on that back. And also, Roop, he was a little flat. Instead of taking that post corner, that flag route to the back pylon, he was more flat, and so it kind of went deep on him.
So brings up fourth down for first down for the Port Angeles RoughRiders. That needs to be fourth down. I'm going to lead. I think I should have to lean on the people on the other side of the field. Okay, Nickerson shotgun formation. And let's see if they will do a double reverse. So it'll be Cable's going to the far side to 30, 35, 40. And it's just, boy, what a load he is as he crosses the 45-yard line and is dropped just as he crosses there. His knee touchdown at the 40 is Cable, and he is an impressive running back for Port Angeles. As again, he runs a lot bigger than that 5'8" senior that he is.
100%.
Again, shotgun for Nickerson, the quarterback for Port Angeles. And off to the left side, again, the ball, just called the ball, Blake Peterson, the ball carrier. Gets close to the 50-yard line, dropped at the 48 or 49. We'll call it about a 3 or 4 yard pickup for Port Angeles. And
Port Angeles staying committed to the running game, but it does seem that they're playing with a little more sense of urgency right now as the clock starts to tick under 8 minutes.
In no-huddle offense. This time Nickerson will take it himself to the left side. And he'll just dance out of bounds as the flag will fly up. And another false start against Port Angeles. The flag being tossed back down at the 39-yard line. And that's been kind of the theme for the Port Angeles offense tonight.
Yeah, I mean, well over 150 yards rushing, but I'm saying
if they could pull off and hold on to this football game, they'll get a solid hold on third spot in the Olympic League. And if they will win, they'll do 5-2 in league and 6-2 overall. Olympic 6-1 in league play. North Kitsap undefeated. And coming off, it's 49-0 against Kingston. And that was at halftime, but I'm sure the freshmen got an opportunity to play today. There's a swing pass and inside out in the flat. Out to the 45, the Cable. And he has dropped. He has cut up under at the 45-yard line, but gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gets a 2-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
PA defense. So it was nice to see Root come downhill and actually stop that run right at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe a little frustration from not being able to get that pass into the end zone just moments ago.
Well, what Root lacks in size, he does not lack in heart.
Ball near hash mark for Port Angeles, going from our left to our right. Back to pass. Nickerson, he looks left. Throwing, a wobbler.
Oh, that's an interception.
Ooh, up, popped in the air, and almost picked off at the 37-yard line. The receiver just got a hand on it, but popped up in the air. Defenders were there for the Knights and just could not bring it in.
Again, Roop Wilson out on the play, and with some of these missed connections on the offense for the Knights, I think Roop is going to hop on defense and try to go get him a ball.
Beckett Jarnigan was the intended receiver at the 42, and the ball was a wobbling duck, and it took a while to get there. If he would have had a little more on Port Angeles. 6:25 to go with the clock stopped. 19-7 Knights. They're on top near our hash mark, and a pound again coming up for Port Angeles. Let's see what they come up with here.
And unfortunately, the swarming to the ball, doing a great job, only giving up 7 points on the night.
Linebackers and the defenders just reading the eyes of Nickerson, the quarterback. We'll check with the 2 men in the backfield behind him. We'll wait for a moment as they talk over the kind of stalled moment. Here we go. Whistle will blow, ready for the play to go on here. The ball on the 45-yard line, back to pass. Nickerson rolls out to his left. Looks left, throws left, fires left, and pass is caught.
Complete.
43-yard line. Look, almost like the exact same play. Completes again to Beckett Jarnigan, the 6-foot senior, and moves the chains for a Port Angeles first down.
It was exactly the same play. And again, Bremerton can't get caught sleeping because with a Port Angeles touchdown here, if they can get into the box before the 4-minute mark, we're looking at a 14-19 game.
They can certainly put the Knights on their heels here defensively. Nice play that time. Nice completion. Back to pass again, rolling near side. Here's the quarterback. Looking. Now throw. Overplayed. Great play defensively by the Bremerton Knights. They're defensively for the Bremerton Knights.
That's
Gavin Ronquillo.
Yeah, definitely. Gavin just playing that rover position. I mean, really just being patient and waiting to see the quarterback choose his receiver. Once the quarterback chose his receiver, he just drove downhill on the ball and was able to get a hand on it. Great play by number.
Ball on the far hash mark, going from our left to our right. Trips to the near side for Nickerson, the cornerback. Is going to turn the hand off the Cable in the reverse. Tries to get outside, shed the tackler at the 35. Keeps on his feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and is finally dropped there. Be 3rd down and 10 upcoming for Port Angeles.
I think the Knights are starting to sense this victory on senior night, and they're starting to settle in. I think Coach Salisbury's got his defense focused in, and they're showing good discipline on these reverses and on these two-way handoffs.
Just under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, 3rd down and 10 for Port Angeles. Again, trips to the near side. He'll turn and back to pass to Dickinson. He'll step up in the pocket. Now he's under pressure. Hustle throw. Have to get rid of the football. He'll throw one deep. And nice at the 15-yard line. Try to get it to number 28, Brant Fisher. And then a pair of defenders there for the Bremerton Knights overplaying on the play and knocking the football away Good play by the defenders for the Bremerton Knights. Appeared.
That's Roop. That's Roop.
Roop
That's
Wilson.
Roop again. Yeah, but now he's Roop is down on the sidelines. It looks like he may have potentially like a calf cramp or maybe a low hamstring cramp after leaving his feet to make that play. Let's hope Roop is all right. He's had a great game.
And it's hard to see, but it looks like they're maybe testing that right knee out a little bit. And
screen pass by the RoughRiders. Blown up in the backfield on 4th down by the Knights. Flag on the play.
Gets back, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage as it is.
Well, help me understand this philosophy. It is 4th and 10, and you run a screen pass behind the line of scrimmage, and you got to get 10 yards. How do you get to the chains?
Personal foul, face mask against the Bremerton Knights, and into the short side of the field. If you're going to run a screen pass, you need a little more field to work with. And
unfortunately, the Knights bailed out PA on that one, on that play with the personal foul, giving the PA RoughRiders a 1st down inside of the Knights' 35-yard line.
6 to go here in the 4th, and if Port Angeles can get the football in the end zone, if they finally can offensively anyways, then we've already seen them try to do an onside kick already to start the second half. We saw the results of that, but looks like they do have one in their playbook, so it's going to set up an onside kick opportunity for Port Angeles, because I'm not sure how many timeouts each team has.
We're looking at this like this, though. If I tell you the truth, I mean, we're on the 27-yard line. If PA...
And Kason Alba, the 5'6" sophomore wide receiver, cutting over the middle and just overthrew him.
Stalled out the Knights' running game, and we already know the Knights are kind of 50-50 on the pass.
Trailing at 19-7 on the move. 5:08 to go. Nickerson underneath center, I formation in the backfield. Return one on the quick slant, caught at the 15, reverses field, and then is dropped at the 16-yard line. Appears Brent Fisher was the receiver, and then banged down hard at the 16-yard line.
I mean, Bremerton has been giving up that pass all night on defense with the coverage that they're...
4:52 to go here in the 4th quarter of action. Port Angeles again on the drive. Can they finally get the ball to pay dirt? We'll have to wait and see with 4:52 to go. But it looks like they're going to bring out, are they going to measure? You don't see them measure anymore. You ever notice that? It's one part of the games was at least in the... I'm happy now. I'm a little old school. Let's do the chains. Let's see what... Seems like they... so we always win the college or whatever, the 1st down, and the pros always have me barking them in an area. That's good, you know. That's one thing I like in baseball with some of the changes. I would still like to see all the reviews. I like to see them minimized.
Right.
It's like football. You only get 3 challenges.
Yeah.
And I missed Lou Pinella throwing bases around the field and the people kicking dirt around on the home plate and that type of thing. That's part of baseball. Back
looking at the back of both players. The referee that actually had his eyes on the contact that was in front of both players chose not to throw a flag.
I thought maybe Brent Fisher for Port Angeles may have pushed off. This is to go against the Bremerton Knights. So no offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference. And boy, Port Angeles has get themselves in position to get themselves right back in this football game. And
well, having the advantage of being able to get yardage without time coming off the clock is something that's going to be very advantageous to Port Angeles.
See where they spot this football.
Watch your slants down here. Watch your slants down here.
Ball on the 7-yard line. Port Angeles.
I'm surprised Port Angeles hasn't ran a sweep and attacked the edge.
High formation. Back to pass as Nickerson swings out to the flat. It's caught by Cable. Goes to the 10. And is spun down around the 8-yard line. Maybe it picks up a yard on the play. Not much there.
Bremerton hasn't been able to stop that sweep all night, and we have not seen it once down here in the red zone from PA.
4:18 to go here in the 4th. Port Angeles. Boy, You might be thinking about, maybe we should have kicked a couple field goals in this football game. Somewhere along the line. Jelly 19-7.
Points are at a premium. All of our points came in the first quarter, first half, and now we're clocking down to under 4 minutes, and Port Angeles has to figure out a way to get this ball into the box yesterday.
And quick, that's right. Back to pass is Nicholson. He's going to underneath pressure, step up in the pocket. Now he'll scramble. Now he'll throw in the end zone, and is complete, but out of the back of the end zone. Caught by Jarnigan one more time. But he scrambled for his life, and just, I'm not sure if he threw the football away or just tried to squeeze it in there and just couldn't keep that one in bounds.
Now, I'm kind of confused right now because this is the second half, and Port Angeles hasn't taken a bunch of timeouts. I do understand their sense of urgency in trying to pass the ball in, but Bremerton has not necessarily shown that they can stop any of these outside runs. With timeouts, over 4 minutes left in the game, I mean,
anybody gets to the 5.
Well, it was a first down opportunity. Even though it said 3rd and 10, it was actually 3rd and 3.
And so that will be a first down. I know it's hard to rely on it. Is a third down on the marker, third down over there. Hey. Yeah. But now we get a first down out of the gate for Port Angeles.
Okay, but right now time is not their friend, and Port Angeles is just taking way too long to get their play in. And now for them to call a timeout after time ticks off the clock shows some poor clock management.
And really, Port Angeles, they might need in a hurry-up mode here. That's in that type of situation.
It's these type of situations and these scenarios at this level that cost you games. We've seen 3 non-field goal attempts inside the red zone by PA. Instead of kicking the field goal, they went for it. That's 9 points right there. What does that say? Now we're getting down towards the end of the game, and sure, it's great to have a 4-minute drive going on, but with only 7 minutes left in the game and you're down 2 scores, you need to leave yourself some room and an opportunity to actually get back into the game.
Port Angeles makes those 3 field goals inside the red zone. We're sitting at 16-16, looking staring at overtime in the face. Instead, it's 19-16. Excuse me.
19-16.
But I mean, right now they could have the options would be
that later that would have them in a tighter game.
So there we go. Port Angeles on the 5-yard line will pitch to the left side of the Cable. Tries to get out. He's looking to pass. Nobody get the football off. Till he's dragged back all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Too late. Now you want to run the edge sweep coming out of the timeout when Derek Salisbury, a great defensive coordinator for Bremerton, knows that that's probably what you're going to do because you're kind of desperate now because time is ticking.
And I believe, number hard to see there, looked like number 60. If we have number 60, we'll give him some credit for that. It looked like it was Ricky Guerrero, a sophomore. Looked like him, big old 5'11", 255-pounder. Hasn't missed many meals and drugged him down. They're fast, too. Back to pass with Nicholson, rolling near side underneath pressure. We'll have to step up again in the pocket. He's looking, throwing to the near pylon, and the ball may have been deflected by the Knights and out of bounds. Nice play there.
The Knights defense holding up strong. I mean, they've got their back to the end zone, and right now they know that ending this game matters. I mean, technically the defense has not given up a point, and I know that Coach Salisbury has emphasized that to these boys, and they want to buckle down right now, and they want to give this pseudo shutout for the defense to Coach Salisbury.
3:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. 19-7, Knights on top. Port Angeles again. Big third down coming up. Ball at the 15-yard line. Nicholson ran off again, double reverse to Cable. Trying to veer outside the numbers. But the good defense by the Bremerton Knights. Everybody stayed home defensively on the edge that time.
Yes, they're showing really good patience. They're letting PA run their misdirection, and they're not falling for the misdirection. They're staying at home, and they're making clean tackles as we get under the 3-minute mark, and it looks like PA's just going to run out of time and run out of offense.
Boy, they got a long way to go to get themselves back in this football game in a short time to get there. 2:35 to go. The crowd yelling defense throw. Here's a toss up in the air. It is incomplete. The Knights will hold defensively as they again tried to throw on the near side. And the Bremerton Knights were there defensively again. DePinko was there. And a couple other Bremerton will hold in the red zone.
And I believe that is the Knights' fourth red zone stop on the evening. Great job on the defense and just way to stay focused. I mean, this team is just showing some great resiliency, making their way towards the playoffs. Defense is going to be on point. It's going to be up to Coach T.
Called by Port Angeles. As 2:09 to go here in the fourth. Knights second down in a short situation. Well, seemingly barring a miracle by Port Angeles, Knights will improve to 5-2 in league and 6-2 overall, and nail that third place spot down. And not knowing what we have headed forwards in the playoffs, still kind of in a COVID situation world. They've done the best they could in their seedings. They'll be third in the Olympic League, and I'm not sure. We'll see if Olympic has any more games. I mean, the Olympic may be done, perhaps, but Olympic will squim 55-0 yesterday to improve to. And North Kitsap rolled off a big win over Kingston today. Here's a handoff to Sorensen. Dodges a tackler at the 21, squirts ahead to the 25-yard line.
Looks like a first down.
And picks up a first down. And, well, all the Knights have to do now is just salt this final 2 minutes and 3 seconds away, and they'll brings back some good memories for these kids when they look back on senior night.
I actually lost my senior night game here as the Knights, and it was actually a game that would have sent us to the playoffs for back-to-back. Hopefully they're going to be safe this evening while celebrating.
The handoff again, cuts up the middle. Just drags tacklers across the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. And the Port Angeles will finally burn another timeout. I'm not sure how many they have left, but they're getting mighty close to burning all their timeouts. And for signs, banners, vehicle signage, vinyls, decals, and more, even event signage. 6-4 North Carolina and Bremerton. The mattress store with 2 locations to serve you. Bremerton at Port Orchard. You always save more at the mattress store. The house call cleaning services. Relax, we got this. 360-552-0525. They'll help you get things ready for the holidays. PC Parts and Service. Get back to your world of PC Parts and Service, computer repair parts and accessories. 1210 7 Away in Bremerton. Tequila, Los Cazadores. Dine-in or takeout for the best authentic Mexican food around. 2805 Wheaton Way in Bremerton. And H&K Insurance. For all your insurance needs, we are here for you. 3105 Wheaton Way. And Lifestyle Chiropractic Center. Your path for health and healing. 991 Riddell Road in Bremerton. And McLeod's Grill House and Bar. Kissimmee County's #1 steakhouse. 411 Wheaton Way in Bremerton, their new location. There's a handoff in the backfield. Run to the near side. Try to get out to the near side and across.
Oh, it's a fumble picked up by Port Angeles.
Now he's going across the field to the 50. And he's finally dropped at 48. So Port Angeles not quite done yet. And the flag back in the field at the 42.
And it also looks like that a flag was called on the bench for Bremerton. Number 31 had some sort of interaction with the official, so this could kind of change the tide right here momentarily. I think it might have been a sideline violation or something of that nature, but the ball was actually fumbled by number 30, Jalen Little Raven Oliver, just a youngster out there, and he's got to protect the ball in this situation.
And, of course, I'd like to say Taco Rico on the go. It's Taco Rico, 6835, State Highway 303. They do the Mexican restaurant stuff inside there. Best labor services. We do the work you don't want to. Call 471-1546. And by the Fraternal Order of Eagles, become officials for the ball on the 47-yard line. Ron Atkins, the streak, the fastest spin on 2 feet, off to my left. K-Mac up here, Bremerton Memorial Stadium, 19-7. So you say there's a chance.
I mean, you know, there's a chance that this game might end 19-14.
Yeah. What's all this million? Somebody just head to a bar, you know, unless it's the 47. But for Port Angeles, you know, stranger things have happened. Going back a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago at North Basin Olympic, they were dead in the water. North Basin was dead in the water. Olympic had to do.
It hasn't been until recently in the games where they've been kind of going for it on 4th downs and things of that nature and playing the numbers. But right now, I see what the numbers do. If they would have taken advantage of 2 of those opportunities out of the 4 opportunities that they had, we'd be looking at a tie game right now, or even potentially a PA win. So never underestimate taking points off of the board as PA lines up for the onside kick.
Always a component of taking the points. Always. When I was coaching, always, even when I'm sitting there watching TV, I'm going, take the points, take the points, take the points. And they go for it, don't take the points. And even Buffalo had a chance to take the points, sent it to overtime, didn't do so, and lost the football game. All right, here we go. Here's the onside kick. It's going to be kicked right out and then fumbled and then picked up at the 45-yard line.
And it's a done deal. It's a wrap. They're not going to be able to stop them from being able to stop the clock. So at that point in time, what we're looking at again is the poor coaching decisions while in the red zone is going to cost these young men a road game and a higher seed in the playoffs.
And boy, that outside kick, boy, and that's just what I've always thought they should do with some of the new rules nowadays. Kick it right at somebody, because the automatic thing you do is a reflex action to reach out. Even if you don't want to touch it, it's coming right at you. You automatically stick that hand out there, and the Bremerton Knights did that time. And all they have to do now is take a knee and salt this one away. We got 52 seconds to go, and the clock is, the Port Angeles can't stop the clock. And but it's been an entertaining football game in Port Angeles. So they go, sit back and go, oh, what could have been tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, a young team, Port Angeles RoughRiders played a great game. I do want to say this, besides some of the mental areas that were showed, they played with a lot of great heart. They played with a lot of team. Port Angeles will be back, and they'll be on the rise.
They played well and played well enough to win this football game.
Yes, absolutely they did.
And Bremerton, they played well enough to win this football game, and well, indeed they did. 19-13, and for Bremerton, the Port Angeles RoughRiders shut them out in the second half. And by not kicking the field goals, well, it could have been a different outcome, but we'll never know. Well, we're on the streak. The best man on 2 feet off to my left. Thanks for joining us here at the broadcast tonight, man. Thanks for coming up here and as a Bremerton alumni and doing all that you do. What's coming up for you next?
Actually, we're just heading off of indoor. That's where I'm at in Tacoma. I'm getting a group of kids ready for the indoor season. We're going to be going to Virginia Beach December 4th to run in an indoor meet, and I will actually open my indoor season in Arizona December 18th. And so indoor season, getting ready for nationals within the next year come March. That's what we got going on.
And for Bremerton, what they look forward to, well, they look forward to the playoffs. Port Angeles, they walk off slowly and wondering what could have been tonight. Bremerton, well, they win on senior night, 19-7 over the Port Angeles RoughRiders. For the streak, the fastest man on 2 feet, Ron Atkins. I'm K-Mac reminding you, it's still just a game, man, even when you're winning. We're going to send it back to Dennis at the KITZ Megatalk Studios. Once again, your final score, the Knights win it 19-13 over Port Angeles.
Good night. Knights.
Anthony's is now a family-owned restaurant for nearly 50 years and has established a positive impact abroad. Is partnering with our school to learn outside of the classroom. The winner of this award, chosen by the athletic director and coaches, will receive benefit to Anthony's at St. Paul Inlet. And excited to announce that Joshua Pateco, JT, has been named the winner. The family-owned company Anthony's restaurants committed to each community it serves. While the community connections the Central Anthony's as you circulate over holiday gifts, we invite you to consider Anthony's gift cards. They're good at all of our locations, and they never expire. We're going to give one last shot at trainers. Dan, we see you. We'll meet you later this year because your season's just starting. So thanks again to all the seniors. Thanks again for coming out and supporting that football. Our next game is still to be determined, so as soon as we get that information next, we'll let you know. So pay attention next week. We'll give you the where, the when, and the who, and our season will continue. And again, everybody's coming out and supporting football. Thanks to the PA players, fans, and safe trip home, and everyone have a great Halloween weekend. Make good choices, and enjoy the food. Go home safely.